Today is October 20th. My name is Jeff Key. I will chair this meeting. There are 5 members of the board. Any decision has to have 3 votes to pass. Members of the board have received copies of last meeting minutes. Are there any questions or corrections? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Today we're going to hear, sorry. Roll call, please.
Judy Burkhart, absent. Tom Nelson.
Here.
Jeff Key.
Here.
Mandy Burnwan's here. Steph Helton.
Here.
John Brown is not here.
Today we will hear 6 cases. We are going to put a limit to 20 minutes on each case. I think that will be sufficient enough. There'll be, the council will be coming in the next couple hours. So our board has set that for each case.
Is there a time for public speaking?
20 minutes each case.
Do you want to
Okay. I
don't know.
I'll find out.
Carrie.
Keep going.
Has any board member been in contact with any petitioners, advocates, or opponents in regard for any petitions on the board today? Has proper notification been made, and do we have proper verification in all cases today?
Yes, except one, we have to put the affidavit, and then the other would be both mailing slips and affidavit. But I'll tell you which ones.
All right, thank you. We're taping this meeting. All those who wish to speak must come to the microphone and state their name and address. Comments not made at the microphone will not be considered any part of this testimony. This is a quad judicial board, and we must have sworn testimony. Will everybody who is going to speak please rise and raise your right hand in all cases?
Any of the petitioners, and then if you have any comments.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, please state your name and say, "I do." Thank you. The first case on the docket is
Real quick.
going.
You can set the time per person to speak. That's it.
We wanted to go 20 minutes a case. What? The board suggestions for the board?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes
Can we do
per-
2 minutes? Are we good? 2 minutes for, 2 minutes. 2 minutes for each person who's going to be given any information, that would like to speak. The first case on the docket is case 2521. Will the secretary please read the petition?
Continued from September 15, 2025, case number 25-21. The petition of Joshua Weber requesting a special exception and various variances from developmental standards to operate a commercial garage. The property is located at 1879 18th Street, Logansport, Indiana, 46947, and is zoned AD agribusiness.
Planning staff, report please.
So at the last meeting, this was continued. It was continued for them to provide a survey and to also have the building commissioner take a look at the property. There was no survey provided to us to talk about that south property line for the parking. And then also Ralph Coffey, the Cass County commissioner, building commissioner, did go out. He feels like the building is structurally safe with some minor roof damage that will need to be repaired. And then he stated that the concrete looks to be in good shape. And he said the structure was built with like 10 by 10 and 12 by 12 beams, and it seems to be stable. He is no engineer, but just from him looking at it, he seems like it is. They even went in the basement. So So on this one, I will tell you, I put some updated pictures. There are vehicles there and then a camper. He says he's fixing the camper and he just got it. And then, you can continue this or you can vote on it. It's up to you, but we still haven't gotten a survey. You can call the petitioner up and see if he's working on getting one for that south line.
Well, I know that we, sent in a letter, about the signage, and I went down today and I seen 11 vehicles down there on the south lot. And out of 11, I seen about 6 of them that had a for sale sign in. And so,
Those might have been the neighbors at the Paul's Auto,
I'm not sure, but it's on the property line, so
and that's why
they do not have the survey, is what they're saying.
we haven't been provided one, and I didn't know if they
Will the
would be.
petitioner or the representative please advance to the microphone? State your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Joshua Weber. No, we have not yet gotten a survey yet. We have gotten a list of surveyors, and then we talked with the county commissioner and got the inspection done. We have found a point. We have found one point, but we do need to find the other ones on the south side that are on Paul's Auto Yard. But we did create a new plan, which was asked of us last time. We created the entrance and exits on the other side of the property rather than on Paul's side, which kind of creates a lot better traffic flow without us intermixing with Paul's. Like you said, it's hard to tell what's going on.
It's very hard.
Yes, they have a bunch of cars that are out there for sale.
So, they're not your cars?
No, they're not. No. So pretty much we're full speed ahead. We got our measurements because the one guy asked for measurements. The front door is 26 inches high, which would call for a 26-foot ramp, handicap ramp on the front. I should have provided this for you, but pretty much we have our fencing, and the parking will go along the fencing. Front door will still remain the same, so that there is no longer any parking on the side of the building, which was the concern last time. As far as the survey, we do have all of our personal and financials tied into this. We would humbly like to ask to be able to operate with stipulations and follow any rules that you guys provide so that we can continue to get these things done that you guys want done. We feel that we've been operating as cleanly as possible, and we do like to maintain those standards, as part of Logansport reimagination for the entryways to remain clean. We're all on board with that. We are more than happy to keep the property clean and maintained as we have been. I personally have used all my personal finances. I just bought Logansport Skate Road and Fun Center. So we're in a lot of investments right now, and we're more than happy to get everything done. I guess we're just kind of asking humbly to be able to operate and still keep our vehicles in the back like we were asked to last time, out of view, and kind of maybe operate at a low scale so that we can get finances in order to get the fence up. Handicap and fencing would be obviously our top priorities. And I don't know if you want to pass this around. It shows an entrance, exit on the other side of the property, which again allows for much easier flowage of entering and exit on the other side of the property. And then roof, painting, and roof is also high up on that list. We've already done a lot of work. He was just on the roof yesterday, and he did tar the one leaking spot that we do have. So we're full throttle. We've cleaned up the property, got everything out the property, cleaned up the exterior of the property.
I really think the problem is going to be the survey.
Yes. We just need to find mainly the points on the side of Paul's Auto Yard, which would consist of 2 points that we do not know of yet. We know 2 of the 4 points on that side of the property. The county commissioner did provide us the list of surveyors, and we are in contact with them to get that going immediately.
How long do you think that'll be for you guys to get the survey?
If we can get up and operating, we can get it pretty much immediately. I would say weeks. we can get a surveyor out there, get the points marked, so that we know our points and can get the fencing going in. I would add, Paul's has a 8-foot fence on that side. I didn't know if you would allow us to continue that 8-foot fence just on that side and do a 6-foot fence on the side of the road. We will not be going all the way to the front of the building, so it will not block any type of intersection or traffic flow. In the one picture, there's an option 1 and an option 2. Option 1 goes to the front of the building, option 2 goes to the second part of the building.
Say that again.
So here's option 1 for the fencing, so we can break up this side. Doesn't really matter what the points are at this point, now that we have this on this side, it won't. So I'm taking away that median and that possible fencing screen right there.
Okay. Questions from the board?
Wasn't that the last thing we were requesting? We just would like to have a survey to
Yeah.
confirm where the fence should be located.
Exactly, so I don't know how we can decide this right now.
I mean, in our world, surveys can take 30 days, 60 days, especially going industrial.
I waited for one for 4 months.
Yeah, it can take time.
So it's gonna take a while. I don't think it's fair for him to have to wait for that. As long as he complies with everything else, and if he keeps the parking where it's supposed to be, I don't see a problem taking wait.
Okay. We'll have to figure out whether.
Again, I'm more than happy, any rules and stipulations that you guys provide, we will be more than happy to follow and apply.
You can always put a timeline on it too, that the survey, letting operate survey be turned in within a certain time frame, right?
Yeah, we would hope to have the survey and the fence up within 12 months.
Option one, option two, if you allow the survey.
When we were at 26, 25, that was kind of the same thing that they did. We were there operating, they gave us 12 months to get the survey done and get the fencing up. Obviously, the building sold, and that's hence why we moved location.
Questions from the board? Any other questions?
Okay, so option 1,
Option 1 would be more to the front of the building, and then option 2 would have the fence to the
back on.
back of the building, which is probably more feasible.
And we're doing all this without a survey, knowing where the fence really should be.
Well, the only part that really was the issue was on Paul's auto yard, because we didn't want traffic flow on their property and henceforth their traffic flow on our property. They have a lot of in and out on that side, which causes dust, a lot of dust storms coming through. But no matter really where the fencing or the outline of the line lies, it won't really be an issue anymore, because our entrance and exit will be on the other side of the property. So our vehicles will not even be on that side at all. So it will totally eliminate any type of our traffic flow on that side of the property at all. Everything will be behind the building at that point.
So to make sure I understand,
Yeah.
you won't put the fence in until you get the survey.
As soon as we get the survey, the fence will go up right away.
I can't see it didn't in before the.
We would hope to
That
have,
was my concern.
we would
Because I
hope,
thought the vehicles were your guys that were on for sale.
yeah, they sell vehicles and they park them along that line, which is why it would be great to have a fence right there.
Yep, I agree.
But like I said, on that side of the property, we know 2 of our 4 points. We know the 2 in the woods and up to that point, so we just need the one that goes at a slight angle, and then the one right next to the building, to our building, are the only 2 points that we need on that side. The other side is, follow the road, so I mean, it's pretty easy to tell on that side.
So that is be a commitment, that the survey to be completed within
Yeah.
so many months, and then the fencing to go up immediately after. It's a commitment.
Yeah.
The
Fence up.
condition of approval.
Come on. Okay. Do we have any other questions from the board? Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask any questions, add any information, or give any evidence in this case? If so, please approach the microphone.
Hello, my name's Alberto Narvaez, and I just want to make sure that we're okay with continuing the 8-foot fence from the west side. Are we okay with the 8-foot fence to match their fence height?
What's your address?
In 1879 18th Street.
Are you the one who owns the salvage company then?
No,
He's-
yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
He's just asking if it's okay to continue the height of the fence as Paul's Auto Yard is. They have an 8-foot fence. They have a 10-foot fence on the angle, but it's 8 foot where it turns blue on the front of the property. We don't need 10 feet. We were just wondering to keep it at 8 feet because of the traffic flow creates dust storms that flow into our
What
property.
type of fencing are you gonna use?
We're gonna use probably the chain link with the plastic.
Okay. That's up to you guys, it would be a 2-foot variance instead of 6, because that's what's allowed. Yeah, it would be 8.
And the side of the road would be 6 foot.
I don't see 8 being necessary anywhere else. It's really just on that particular side because the dust control is really out of control on that side.
Okay, so if we're looking at the property, north, south, east, west, which side, north, south, east, west, do you want the 8-foot fence?
Back side of the building, heading
Which would
towards
be-
west.
Which would be the
The
It would be
Paul
the
House.
south side,
southwest.
It would be
and it would be going
southwest.
east and west.
Line, where those cars were lined up.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. I don't know about you, but if you have a problem, I don't have a problem with that.
Do you have a fence up now at all on the
No,
other side of the
no.
property?
No,
Okay.
that's all.
Okay, so this we're gonna wait on 8 foot on that side, okay.
I'm good with that.
Got it.
And as soon as we get that survey up, we get that fence up.
Absolutely. Yep.
Anybody else who would like to, give any evidence, information in this case, advance the microphone, please? Okay, good. Is there any written correspondence on file for the case? If so, any more comments or questions from the board? Do we have,
Because here it says that the removal and painting be done within a year of this approval. On the conditions, so we could add, be a year. Or unless you guys want to make it shorter, it's up to you guys.
okay, does the board have conditions of approval and commitments to attach motion? If so, would the secretary please read?
Yes, conditions of approval, that all proposals of the petitioner be made conditions of approval, that all other standards of the ordinance be met, that all applicable state and local permits be obtained and proof be given to the zoning administrator, that the fence and parking be established before any operations and additional vehicles can be brought to the site. that the removal and painting be done within a year of this approval. Do you want me to change the comment on the fence? Yeah. That the fence be installed within 12 months. Commitments of approval, that there be no outside storage of materials such as tires, parts, supplies, equipment, or vehicles awaiting repair or under repair within the public view. That all fluids or other waste be disposed of properly. That no salvaging of parts or materials be done. Vehicles shall not be stored outside while awaiting repairs for more than 7 consecutive calendar days. No vehicles may be parked or stored on any public right of way. That vehicles used for repair or awaiting body repair be screened from view by any opaque privacy fence at least 8 foot tall. Should I leave it at 6?
6 and then just that one section on the gate.
That customer and employee parking spaces be clearly marked. That a maximum of 20 vehicles be allowed on site that are in need of repair. That the natural buffer be kept and maintained along the east side of the property. That there be no parking, storage, or display of vehicles along the west, south, and north sides of the building. That this approval only be for the current property owner. That a survey is to be completed within 12 months. A copy is to be provided to staff, and the applicant will work with staff to get that completed.
That would be a condition. So we'll move that one just to a condition.
Go ahead, Josh, if, would you agree to abide by the condition that the board can set for you?
I do.
Okay. Is there a motion to bring case 2521 to a vote?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
We're gonna vote on both the special exemption and the variance itself. Okay?
Can I keep those plans?
Yes, yes.
Will the secretary please take roll call vote?
Tom Nelson,
Yes.
Jeff Key,
Yes.
Andy Reynolds, yes. Steph?
Yes.
Your case number 2521's been approved, Josh. I know you've been waiting a while, and I'm glad you're working with us, so I'm glad for that. The zoning administrator will send you a letter with the results of the hearing. Any decision of the board can be appealed by the petitioner or any rest party to the circuit court to file within 30 days of today's date. Good luck to you.
Thank you for your guys' time.
Thanks.
Next case we will hear is 2525.
Case 2525, the petition of Nam Sian San Kim requesting various variances from developmental standards, have lesser setbacks and exceed lot coverage to install a carport and storage area. The property is located at 1101 High Street, Logansport, Indiana 46947, and is zoned R4 high density residential.
Thank you. Report, please.
Alright, so they are requesting to put a carport with small storage area next to their house. The entire structure is 12 foot by 20 foot, which is 240 square feet. The carport area is 12 by 15, and then the storage shed would be 12 by 5. It will be placed to the south of the house. In the R4 district, the standards are front yard 20 feet. They're proposing the 23 feet, which meets standards. The side yard for accessory structure is 5 feet, and they're proposing a 4-foot setback to the south property line, so they would need a foot setback variance. And then separation from the house to an accessory structure. They're proposing to place the carport next to the house. The building commissioner may need to consult on that about the firewall. So if it is approved, then they would have to talk to them about installing the firewall. Lot coverage standards, the maximum for the R4 district is 50%. This lot is small. It's 53 by 82 feet, which is 4,364 square feet. And currently, without the carport, it's at 49.24%. With the carport, it'll be at 54.75. And I will tell you, the area that the carport is proposed to be placed is currently concreted for parking. When we figure out our lot coverage, we don't do driveways. And that's part of the driveway, but, so it really would kind of stay at 49.24. It may just be a different flow if it were to rain where the water would go. Which is the point of the lot coverage. So it would be 4.75% lot coverage for a variance. And it's on the southeast corner of I-11. That's all I have. Any questions?
Yes.
Will the petitioner, or representative, please advance to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi, hello. My name is Nancy Sangin, and my address is 1101 High Street, Logansport.
Yes. Questions?
Yes. Is there a separate footer being poured for the building? Or is it going to sit on an existing concrete pad?
Yeah, that is separate. And then, yeah,
Are they pouring more concrete or is it sitting on that concrete?
oh, sorry, I was sitting on the concrete. Yeah, I'll be on the concrete.
So it's not being extended
No,
by the fence?
no,
What you're
sorry.
Yeah, so it'll go right to
Yeah.
the fence. The building will go right to the fence.
Right to the fence, but it's near from my, like, it's very close with my house, like, it's very far from the fence, like 6 feet or something. And I already talked with the neighbors and I asked them everything about, is it will be problem or something?
Yep.
And they told me, we don't have any problem with you. And yeah, they're very good neighbors and I asked them first,
But you're not gonna pour a separate footer.
no.
It's gonna be just right on the concrete,
Yes,
correct, ma'am?
yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? We're good? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask any questions, add any information, or give any evidence in the case? If so, please step to the microphone. Is there any written correspondence on file for the case? If so, would the secretary please read?
There's no correspondence.
All right. Any more comments or questions from the board?
Just the conditions of approval.
Yep, board, we want the conditions of approval or commitments to attached motion, please read.
The conditions of approval are that all proposals of the petitioner be made conditions of approval, that all other standards of the ordinance be met, that all applicable state and local permits be obtained, and proof be given to the zoning administrator.
And thank you. Would you agree to abide by the conditions if we approve your variance today?
Yes.
Is there a motion to bring case 25 to a vote?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
The discussion is closed. take a couple seconds to give you factual findings. Will the secretary please take a roll call on the vote?
Jeff Key,
Yes.
Amy Redmond's yes. Steph Hilton,
Yes.
and Tom Nelson.
Yes.
Great, your case number 2525 has been approved by this board. The zoning administrator will send you a letter as a result of the hearing. Any decision of the board can be appealed by you or any interested party in circuit court within 5 within 30 days of today's date. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Next case on the docket is 2526. Will the secretary please read the petition?
Yes. Case 25-26, the petition of Guillermo Montalvo requesting a use variance and various variances from developmental standards to be allowed to have 3 apartments and for an addition to the garage apartment. The property is located at 308 East Colfax Street and 2 lots on Maria Street across the alley, Logansport, Indiana 46947, and is zoned R3 medium density residential.
Thank you. Ms. Steppenwolf, please.
So this petitioner wants to make the property legal for having the 3 apartments in the R3 district. It's R3 district, you can have single family and duplex. The petitioner said he bought this property and it was already 3 apartments. There's 2 in the house and 1 in the garage. And I just wanted to put in here from the comprehensive plan that traditional neighborhood districts are neighborhoods that are primarily residential in character, but with existing commercial uses interspersed that are focused on serving the neighborhood. Single-family character housing dominates, but housing may also contain a mix of second units, cottage clusters, duplexes, triplexes, and small apartment buildings. And then the multifamily residential is also included within this traditional neighborhood and contains duplex multifamily dwelling units, standalone apartment buildings, townhouses, and mobile homes. The permitted number of housing units will vary by area depending on the existing land use, the proximity to major streets and public transit, the distance to shopping and environmental issues, and the number of units should be on the lower end of the scale next to single family. So for lighting, there's no additional lighting proposed, just typical residential lighting. No signage, house numbers allowed. House numbers shall be no more than 2 square feet. Operation, there's no set hours since it's dwellings. And then for parking, he's proposing 6 parking spaces in the lot across the alley. There is a 1-car garage attached to the back apartment, so there's a total of 7 off-street parking spaces. This is a classification G, which would be 1.5 off-street parking spaces per dwelling unit, plus 1 space per every 4 units. So they would be required to have 5, and then for the 3 apartments, and then 1 space for having multiples. And then, so they would have to have 6 off-street parking spaces, which they do have. No additional buffer yard is proposed. They are Class A buffer, which is none required for residential. And that is all I have. It's just to allow the 3 apartments in. And then he wants to add on, and I don't know why that's not in here, but he wants to add on to the garage, which is in the plan that is shown. Just to make that, it's not gonna be another dwelling, it's just gonna add on
The
to that.
14.6 by 24.
Yes,
Okay.
he wants to have that as an addition. I don't know if it's gonna be the garage, and then he's gonna build in the garage for a bigger, so that's something you may wanna
petitioner or representative, please advance to the microphone. State your name and address for the record, please.
Guillermo Montalvo. La dirección address is 308 East Golfus.
Okay. Do you have anything you want to add to the staffing report from him?
No, that's the additional garage that we're gonna make. That's it.
Questions from the board?
When he adds on, will that parking be sufficient? I guess now, or will you have to
Yeah,
add?
because it'll still be 3 units. It's per unit, so. And he's
So,
not adding an apartment, he's just adding on to the apartment to make that apartment bigger.
Okay.
thank you.
That's what we'll do.
That was exactly
Yeah.
where I was at.
Got your question?
And then they've already been instructed by the city.
I'm not sure.
Is it, that's not our concern, I'm just asking.
Yeah. I think he's on the radar, so,
Any more
for the rental
questions?
property inspector.
Yeah, they already inspected everything, so everything passed except they want me to make windows, entered windows on the bottom.
Oh,
on
the
the-
egress,
Yeah.
ingress, egress windows.
Any more questions? Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask any questions, give any information or evidence in the case? If so, please step to the microphone and state your name and address for the record. So, yeah. You should go, Cheryl.
My name is Deborah Isles. I live close, 115 Cole Street. There were some asphalt shavings dropped on the property, and Guillermo and I decided that we would have a survey so that I don't get a parking lot built on my property. I've contacted Randy Newman, I think his name is, but he's not available to look at my abstracts because I've already had my property surveyed two times. Basically that's it.
You just want a survey to make sure he doesn't live on your lot.
Yes,
Okay.
because I'm all in favor of the parking, just not on my property.
Yep.
And I understand that to build a driveway, they have to build 5 foot off the property line, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that would be great.
So if they build out 5 feet, that's not going to tie into your property. Should be good.
I'd be great. I want to compliment Guillermo actually in making that apartment legal. The neighbors and I did not want that to be an apartment 15 years ago. And I contacted code enforcement and they said that the people that moved to Colorado were still living there and there was nothing that could be done about it. I wondered if that was true. This has nothing to do with Guillermo, because he's doing it legally. But I'm wondering how to bring it to the board if this happens again in my neighborhood. That someone just takes it on themselves to convert a house into apartments.
You can contact our office
Yeah.
with the address. We will do what we did with him. We sent him a letter and hopefully they contact us, and if not, we'll move forward and they can get fined for it. And so, and we can always, and as we did, we can team up with the building commissioner or the rental property inspector or both to check in that too.
Well, the rent property inspector couldn't go over and inspect it because the people supposedly were living there. And they told me they were living there even though I knew the people were not living there.
Right.
And so that was the end of it.
And so, yeah, but we have an enforcement list and we actually, we try to keep up on it. It's a lot, but we have a list and
Yeah.
we keep going back to them. So,
Thank you.
all right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there any written correspondence on file?
There is no correspondence.
I do have a quick question for you. On your parking, is this the, are you parking, doing your parking on that side?
Yeah.
So it's gonna kind of be in the middle of your properties?
Yes.
Okay. So that'll help, so it'll be kind of away from her property.
It should.
So I just wanted
So
to make
my only
sure.
question is, do you have a survey on this property and the
No,
lot you're
that's-
building on?
That's why we're working on the survey.
You're working on a survey currently.
And
No,
who knows?
Yeah.
no offense, but I think the property could be, the parking lot could be moved to the 5 foot of my property because it would be closer to his apartments.
Do we need to wait until the survey's in hand before we can start on their way, or, I mean, if he's got 2 lots, but, you know what I mean?
If it's within 5 feet, I don't see a problem.
It's up to you guys. I mean, right now, there are people living in all apartments, and they need parking. Yes, they may not use all that parking because there is one in the apartment, and they may use on-street parking, which is totally fine, but they have to provide that for it to be. So it's up to you.
I would feel more comfortable with the survey before the driveway's put in.
Good. All right,
He's already working on it.
I'm just telling you.
My only concern is that the survey is completed before the driveway goes in, just to make sure that
Yeah.
we know where
Mhm.
that 5 feet's supposed to be.
That's why I'm gonna move it to the middle of the, there's 2 lots, so I can move it all the way, and that'll be even more than 5 feet away from the property.
Because if you look on this map, you can see he has both of these lots
Oh,
in the
yes.
back. And so if he puts it over this way towards the wooded area more, he would be on his property. So it's up to you guys.
Yep.
Yeah. He's already been fine,
Yeah.
they're both in communication or whatever, and he's got 2 lots, so.
Agreed. Put that on the condition.
Yes.
Okay.
Conditions of approval, that all proposals of the petitioner be made conditions of approval, that all other standards of the ordinance be met, that all applicable state and local permits be obtained and proof be given to the zoning administrator.
Will you agree to abide by the conditions should the petition today be approved? Is there a motion to bring case 2526 to the vote?
Motion?
Second? Second. Discussion is closed, and we'll take a few minutes to consider the facts of the finding. Well, we're voting on both variances. Just to let the board know. Will the secretary please take the roll call vote?
Yes. Mamie Renowans, yes. Steph Hilton,
Yes.
Tom Nelson.
Yes.
Jeff Key,
Yes. Your case number 2526 has been approved. The zoning administrator will send you a letter with results of the hearing. Any decision, of the board can be appealed by the petitioner or any interested party at the circuit court to file within today's, 30 days of today's date. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next case on the docket is 2527. Will the secretary please read the petition?
yes. Case 25-27, the petition of Gaffer, apologies. PE requesting a special exception and variances from developmental standards for gas station / convenience store. The properties are located at 2400, 2416, and 2420 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana, 46947, and is zoned NB, Neighborhood Business District.
Thank you. The planning staff report, please, Jamar.
Yes, so they're asking for a special exception to allow for a gas station / convenience store. They plan to purchase all three properties to use for the gas station with pumps and canopy, convenience store and parking, and the convenience store building will be approximately 3,200 square feet, and the canopy will be 1,920 square feet. So from the comprehensive plan, the future land use is community commercial, and community commercial uses typically serve nearby residential areas such as shopping district anchored by a grocery store, professional office establishments such as medical offices. They could be found in that land use area also. I also wanted to point out that in the NB neighborhood business, the following uses can be located along an arterial roadway designated in the thoroughfare plan, which East Market is. So some examples: neighborhood bar, liquor store, drive-through uses, retail uses greater than 1,000 square feet, grocery stores, financial services, and automobile service stations. So this would be considered under automobile service station and retail because it's got the convenience and the gas. But it says not including the automobile service stations can include repairs, car wash, towing, or parking of wrecked vehicles. But for additional trade and service use permissions, all uses generating greater than 50 peak hour trips and taking access from local streets will require a special exception review from the BZA. So it's kind of like, does that make sense? A little? Okay. So, for lighting, they're proposing wall-mounted lighting on the building and under the canopy. Some general requirements: they use LED fixtures. Minimum setback for freestanding outdoor lighting may be located within the required front yard setback, side yard or rear yard, providing that the freestanding outdoor lighting is located adjacent to the interior edge of the yard. Mounting fixtures: full cutoff, and semi-cutoff outdoor light fixtures shall be mounted parallel to the ground and utilize a rigid mounting arm with no built-in up tilt and no adjustment feature. The height of the fixture: all outdoor lighting fixtures used to illuminate a particular area on a lot shall within those areas be of uniform size, design, and height. Wall pack outdoor light fixtures shall be subject to the following. So, in the commercial, business, or industrial districts, wall pack outdoor light fixtures oriented toward a residential district or used shall be full cut off. So if there's any wall pack light fixtures on the west and the south of the sides of the building, they'll have to be at the full cut off since they are facing residential. The vehicular canopy light fixtures, outdoor light fixtures located under a vehicle canopy of drive-through structures shall be full cutoff fixtures with a maximum intensity of 400 watts. So the canopy would have to meet that standard. Just glare on public right-of-way, flag and statue lights, architectural lights, floodlights, or sign lights shall be so directed and shielded that the lit element is not visible from any point along an adjacent right-of-way. Floodlights, outdoor fixtures equipped with floodlights may only be permitted on a lot as follows. So they should be focused on the primary structure or the area of the lot between the floodlight and the primary structure, and then shielded to the extent that the main beam of the luminaries is not visible or cause glare on adjacent properties or right-of-ways. And then a site which includes the outline of structures and other improvements on the lot and location of all outdoor light fixtures. And then a description of the outdoor light fixtures, including but not limited to manufacturer or electrical utility catalog, specification sheets, drawings, or photometric report. They have to meet, there's a table and they have to meet a certain height requirement for that district, and then wattage proposed. So a lighting plan will have to be provided for the improvement location permit to be approved, and then they would have to meet all these standards or what the board says is allowed. We recommend that lighting be turned off when not in operation each night. Canopy light, all lighting on the building, maybe keep a couple security lights open if you guys would like. And then we also recommend that if the lighting becomes an issue, the petitioner will work with the planning staff to resolve that issue. Signage, there's no signage proposed at this point, but I wanted to put the standards in here. So for our wall signage for the neighborhood business district, the maximum quantity is 1 sign. The maximum area is 2 square feet per linear foot of tenant's building frontage with a maximum of 90 square feet. And then no part of the sign may protrude more than 6 inches from the wall. And then for pole signage, there's a maximum of 1 sign, a maximum area of 50 square feet per acre of lot, and a single tenant structure, a maximum of 50 square feet overall, and no more than 50% of the sign may be changeable copy. So the property is approximately 0.80 acres, so that would be 40 square feet of signage allowed for a pole sign. The maximum height is 20 feet, and then they have to be set back 10 feet from the property line. And then, so signage has to meet these standards, or the petitioner will have to come back to this board for the approval. Hours of operation, they are unknown. Maybe a question you want to ask. And then for access and parking, there will be access off of East Market Street, 24th Street, and the alley at the back of the property. 16 parking spaces are proposed. They are classification E for the retail, which is 4 spaces per 1,000 square feet, and a classification M, 2 spaces per service stall or airplane parking space plus 1 per employee for the gas station. So the building is 3,200 square feet, 4 spaces would be required for that. If there's 2 employees per shift, 2 spaces required for that, so they would have to have at least 6 parking spaces, which meets requirement. So, staff recommends, that a discussion about the drives on and off of 24th Street and East Market Street along with the traffic be discussed. We recommend that the drive on and off of East Market Street be designed for right turn only to help with traffic flow, and this will cut down on the conflict with the turn lanes on East Market Street. And then also the drive on 24th Street should be out only, and then the drive should be designed for this, not just using signs and markers. Do you guys understand what I'm saying on which drives? And then the buffer yard, there's no landscape buffer proposed. They are classification in level 5, at least to the north, which is, they would need a variance for that. We do recommend that there be landscaping similar to Burger King, as those were the requirements put on for being in the NB district, and a landscaping plan will have to be provided for staff approval before any permits would be approved. And then we also suggest that a 6-foot privacy fence be located along the alley and surrounding the homes to the west. The fence should align with the front of the homes, but be placed on petitioner's property. And then the site plan shows some green space along East Market and 24th. Grass cannot be placed up to the road, so currently the entire area is pavement, so staff would like sidewalks along East Market and 24th Street, and the sidewalks will need to be a minimum of 5 feet wide and placed where drives are not located. Please note, the redevelopment commission has a 50-50 program that the petitioner can apply for to have some help with the sidewalks on that, just for now. And then the number of employees is 1 to 2 employees per shift. Any questions?
Will the petitioner or representative please advance to the microphone? State your name and address for the record.
Good afternoon. My name is Bob Gaffer with MLS Engineering. My office address is 10060 Bet Creek Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46825. I'm the civil engineering site plan petitioner on this.
I'm Peter Burns with Burns Builders, 140 Green Drive, Villa, Indiana, 46710. I'm the designer and general contractor for this project.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Do you have anything else that you want to add to this detailed staffing with Jamie and with planning?
A couple things that I would like to add on this is that there are green spaces shown, but leaving sidewalks along Market Street on right up against Market Street, and we can work with location of, it's not my intent to take out sidewalks. Lighting, I will contact a lighting person and do a lighting plan with that. It is my intent as the site designer to comply with everything that's been put down, and as we discussed, the variance of having the 2 different buildings, convenience store / fuel station or service station, however you call those.
For the photometric study for the lighting, do you guys have a standard cutoff for the foot candles? Is it 0.05 at property line? Because when we have that design, we're going to need to know what that number is to hit.
We can find that out.
Okay.
It's in there.
Okay.
So yeah, type of that. There is stormwater detention also being proposed on this that no one talked about. So because it's connecting into the corner of, it's into the stormwater infrastructure in Market Street at that southwest corner of the property. So it's connecting there, but the detention ponds will be to the north side of the property, and they'll be piped down to there. I forget what the numbers of detention as far as how much flow before development, how much flow after, but we're city standards on providing detention as well, which currently there is not any detention on it. So it is our intent to improve any runoff situation from that as well.
With that being said, you'll have to do a development plan review for the detention ponds to be reviewed. Any detention ponds have to be reviewed through the development plan review, so we have to set that up.
Yeah, I mean, that's step 2 from here. Right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just so, I do have a question and a statement. The building actually is going to face towards 24th Street. So as staff, we suggest that the south side also represents like a front, because like what type of building are you planning?
The overall structure hasn't really been determined yet. It'll be a stick build. It'll have combinations of brick, stone, EVIS, decorative metals, high-end longboard. Nothing like metal siding, no vinyl siding, no wood, like real wood. It's gonna be commercial products.
Just because I think in the ordinance it says you have to face oriented towards your street. So since it's like that, we suggest that this would look almost frontage, like storefront also, that south side.
It's south, the facing market?
Yes.
Is that what that is? Okay, yeah. As far as, you guys have any, visibility requirements as far as glass, how much square footage glass facing?
Yes,
Is
there
it
is
between,
a certain percentage of fenestration and,
is it like 40%?
um,
We'll make sure it's,
For
and if it's
commercial?
not real glass, will at least be spandrel
Check the
to
structure.
blend it.
Are you planning to tear down all three buildings?
Correct.
You are, okay.
I heard that you're planning on buying the buildings, but they have not been purchased yet, is that correct, or what?
There is an offer. What we typically do is we make an offer to purchase all properties, and then once we have approval for a gas station, then we close. No point in closing.
Has the offer been accepted?
It's been accepted pending our approval. Therefore, if we weren't to get approved, the
Sure.
offer would be withdrawn.
Any other questions from the board? All right, thank you, gentlemen. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask any questions, add any information, or give any evidence in case? Please advance to the microphone. Can I get a number hand that wants to talk about this? All right, we'll give you about 3 minutes apiece, 2-3 minutes apiece to say what you need to say.
I think one of you should stay close to.
Yeah, because they may have questions for you too.
Yes,
Yeah, 2 minutes apiece should be sufficient.
please.
My name's Jennifer Burton. I've been renting the bungalow
Oh, your address,
together
please.
for 7 years.
Your address, ma'am.
It'll be 7 years in July. My question is,
Your address, please.
State your
Pardon me?
address, state your
Oh.
address first.
1709 Clifton Avenue. Do we really need more gas stations in Logansport?
Good point.
I mean, there is a gas station a half a block down. Speedway's down the road. 18th Street's down the road. They want to put another one on 12th Street. We just got a new one out by B&K. It's crazy.
Totally understand what you're saying.
Steakhouse would be nice, but I'm just totally devastated. I mean, we've put almost 80,000 of our own money into Mr. Donato's equity, and I was never even offered the sale of the building. It was a gentleman's agreement. That has nothing to do with this, but it pisses me off that we have to get all these gas stations. I mean, why not add another dollar store or two right beside it? It's just, my workers have been with me my entire time there. We're all gonna be out. I was a CNA 37 years and fought the car business because I used to go to bungalow. It's just devastating. And for another gas station, it really pisses me off. That's how I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next person, please approach.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yes.
Still maybe then.
State your name and address.
My name is Minnie Ben. I live at 1524 Douglas Street. I worked for the bungalow for about a month after they opened. Apparently, that dude back there, Donato, never seen him before in my life. Been working up there since they opened. Every year we do a cancer fundraiser. We put back into this community. I've seen them pay people's light bills. I mean, gas stations. Everybody drives out of town to get gas right now. Literally, everybody drives out of town to get gas.
Good point.
It is such a constructed area. It's just, and I dropped out as a sophomore. It's just the most insane thing I've ever heard of. I understand, even if it's not a gas station, it can be sold and tore down just because that's the kind of guy he is and that's what he does. But as far as you guys, my life, I bet you over half of these people are here for the bungalow. It affects a lot of people's lives just to throw it away like that. I don't even know what I will do. I don't even know what's gonna happen to me if you guys say, yeah, throw another one up there and go on about your lives tonight. I just wanna say that.
Thank you.
My name is Rebecca Hayes. I live at 2851 South County Road, 125 West here in Logansport. I'm going to read some facts for you, some statistics on accidents on the corner of gas stations. Okay, and I used to live in Indy too, so I know what can happen. High volume traffic intersections on busy roads lead to a large number of accidents, with some sources reporting that nearly 50% of all traffic injuries happen at or near intersections. The increased volume makes navigating complex areas like gas station entrances riskier, entering and exiting the lot. The primary risk is a conflict between the thorough traffic on a busy road and vehicles trying to enter or exit the gas station. A one-way street adds to this risk because of the unusual traffic patterns and drivers' potential of being distracted or in a hurry. Distracted drivers, entering and exiting, also. They're in a rush, not paying attention to their surroundings, increasing the potential of collisions, cell phones, things, yada yada. Common intersection crashes, busier intersections are hot spots for crashes that go on. Rear-end crashes, T-bone sides, all of this is at a 50% risk at one-way intersections with the convenience store. My concern for the bungalow is they have rides, and they do these fundraisers, and you're talking about bikers that are, I don't know the statistics, but there's a lot of bikers. You've got a lot of traffic there. I'm concerned because of the buses. The buses come down there, they turn right there at Walgreens, they have to make wide turns. There is way too much traffic at that intersection right now as it is. There is way too much. I am just telling you from experience of living in an environment like that, and you can say you can turn the lights off at night, you can do that, you can whatever, there's going to be more trash in the area. The people that live behind there, it's just not a good place, and like the previous person said, and I don't have any connections to this business whatsoever other than I go do the fundraisers, I go and have wings on Sunday with an amazing person who, this is not just a bar, you guys, this is like somewhere where you go and you can talk to people who are not drunk, who are sober as can be also in that bar. And it's one of my favorite hangouts on Sunday when everything else in town is closed. And I gave you some facts and opinions, and that's all I have for you today.
Thank you. Next, come on, please.
Name and address, please.
Okay, my name's Ray Lincoln. I live at 1312 Lobelia. I own a small towing service here in town for about 22 years now. I will say that corner is pretty dangerous. I have got many accidents there. So to put a gas station there, I see it to be another 18th and 35. But I'll take her, she is right. This is a small family business. I mean, to put a gas station there to put someone out, I mean, come on. I mean, they benefits, they're the biggest people here that's got the biggest heart for a benefit. And they do this for free. A gas station, like Mindy said, they go out of town to get gas. Can't blame them. But I'm just here to support them. I don't agree with another gas station when they got one block away.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My name is Sean Carter. I own the property of 7071 East County Road, 250 North, rural area. The intersections are safety concerns. They've already covered that. The rest of my issues were if we get a gas station in there, okay, and then progressively the older one will fall off. And then there's going to be tanks in the ground, there's detrimental environmental states, you know what I mean, that come in with a bigger station coming in right next to a smaller one. It does happen a lot. Indianapolis, Carpenterville, there's a lot of it where the older station dies down, and then who becomes liable to to take care of and administer that property in environmental statuses. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot there ongoing. There's a lot more ongoing. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else who would like to give testimony?
Hi, Dave Morris, 1202 John Street. I guess my question would be, I'm really puzzled. I'd like to hear from the applicants as to, you know, how they chose that location, why they chose Logansport. I'll repeat what someone's already said. I kind of did some studying around on populations and whatnot to see how many gas stations is maybe, I don't know if it's the right number, but and the number that I came up with in doing some research, I'm not going to tell you it's perfect, is 8 gas stations in a town our size. And I would just be curious, you know, I agree with the concerns that there are. I'll leave you guys to decide the fate as far as the safety and all those aspects, but I think they're all legitimate concerns. And I do, you know, I do think like the fella said, you build a new one here, which one's gonna close someday? Because I just don't feel like with the fact that our rates, maybe they're here because our gas rates are so high, I don't know. But it would be worth thinking about the concerns with, have we saturated the market, who suffers, and whatnot. So I would like to hear from them. I mean, what drove them to decide this is the great location for a gas station?
Hello, my name is Susie Walmsley, and I live at 1616 High Street. I've lived in Logansport my entire life, and I sit on our city council. I would like to say that our community is saturated with gas stations. We just don't need another one, let alone trying to build one there with all of the traffic concerns. And it is our busiest intersection in Logansport. So there's just no need to put this gas station there. And I also want to say that it really doesn't help our city to put another gas station there. It's not like it's you know, they're going to employ 2 people for 2 shifts, 4 people. It's just not a good investment for us. There's a lot of things we can do in Logansport, and I just feel like this is the wrong direction. We just don't need to be doing this. But you can putt a golf ball from this gas station to the other one. And it's the same with the one that you just approved over on Burlington Avenue. I mean, I might not be able to putt it. It might take a little bit more of a club to get it there. But you guys, we just don't need it. So my opinion is, no thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else that would like to talk about this case? Okay, we'll put you guys back on the spot. And then you heard Mr. Morris's question, why Logansport? And I think all these citizens here have a valid point. Why do we need another gas station?
On that busy intersection.
I would agree. How gas station locations are chosen is by traffic counts. Higher the better. The busier the better. More rooftops, the better. Inside sales will drastically increase with rooftops, and with traffic counts, fuel sales. That was chosen because of that spot.
So we kill one to make one. Yeah.
Well, actually, how it works is in the state of Indiana, if a small site is failing and it were to close down, those tanks in the ground are insured by the oil jobber. Let's say it's National Oil, Virgin Petroleum, U.S. Oil. How it works is they team up with IDEM, splitting it 50-50 to remove, remediate, and clean. They don't just get left in the ground.
So who's putting up the 5 tanks that are there right now from the other gas stations?
Chances are either the oil jobber is teaming up or the independent with IDEM. IDEM is covering half right now. It's not going back to Logansport to pay.
Okay, so you've made your point. You have anything else you would like to say? Because I can't have these people talk if they're not understanding.
Oh, no, you're fine. Sorry. What was the other one? I'm really sorry about the business that's closing. I wasn't aware of that. What we do is we get brought in to get these sites approved, designed to meet your requirements. We're not in to beginning and the aftermath of the people who lose their jobs. That's not our intent. Our intent is to come in and build a gas station.
You're an employee of this place, but you're not a community of Logansport too.
I'm a general contractor.
You don't live in Logansport?
No, I live in Fort Wayne, Indiana, actually just north of that, yeah.
Okay.
If I could make a couple of comments or possibly questions to you.
Sure.
If I were to look at this to approve it, I would want to see an entrance only off of Market Street, an exit only onto 24th Street. There would be no alley access. There would be an 8-foot privacy fence. But then I scratched my head and somebody said, well, okay, we've got almost another convenience store gas station within putting distance of another one on the south side that we just approved. But that one has an exception in that there will be a laundromat inside too. So it serves kind of a second purpose in that neighborhood. And the only thing that I see here, especially indicated by the traffic counts and how important that is to build at a site like this, is it's a moneymaker. And the number of accidents that we already have at that intersection would make it really, really difficult for me to approve this. And I'm just, those are my objections personally.
What's it serve Logansport? I mean, it doesn't.
We have 14 places.
It
where you
doesn't
can
serve
do gas.
anything for Logansport. And I'm not getting into bungalows, other stuff. What's it doing to employ people to move to? We have, our gas situation is so bad here that it's so price gouged. I mean, you don't know how many people I've talked to that says, we pay so much extra more a gallon for gas. And some people pay gas or some people eat. You know, what does it serve Logansport to put something, I mean, that's my opinion.
Well, my point would be is they said that people go out of town to get fuel because the pricing is so high. It's because the same group of people own pretty much every store in Logansport. This person isn't from Logansport.
Well, I understand that, but.
And they're coming here to.
Say, yeah, he'll give our customers 50 cents less a gallon. You can't.
It wouldn't be 50 cents, but what typically happens in this industry, when
you can't guarantee that though.
I can tell you how the industry works. They're going to come in and they're going to rattle some cages. Everyone here is $3.19. Everywhere on the way here was $2.89.
Yeah.
Two of
I've seen where it's $2.50 just over the weekend when I was gone.
Two of the customers that passed on the way here were $2.89. They're going to come here and rattle some cages, and all the pricing will come down. You say you don't need more. What you guys are doing is what the southeast side of Fort Wayne did. They locked it in, no new gas stations. Those gas stations have not been touched or remodeled in 15 years, and they are the highest prices in town because they can't have any new ones come in. There's no reason for them to remodel. There's no reason for them to do anything, and there's no development on the southeast side of Fort Wayne because of it. That was done 8 years ago. Nothing has been done. If you go that route, your stores now, they're going to be way worse in 8 years.
My question to you is, what's it going to benefit Logansport?
Lower gas prices. Industry. I've been in this industry for 20 years.
My comment on you, Tom, is you said the one-way in, that doesn't stop people realistically. It's going to be the high traffic.
Well, typical case
Yeah.
in point is 18th Street when people turn left to go to Kokomo, and that's marked with 4 no left turn signs.
We suggested as staff that they be designed for one way in off of Market and one way out off of 24.
So 2045 degree slope with no, where it would almost be impossible to go out.
Like, yeah, you couldn't come in on 24th.
I would have the mountable edge for fuel transport to be able to pull in offside and then go on the road and turn out.
Any other questions from this gentleman? I think so. And we have no other comments or information or evidence.
Can I add one more to that?
You sure can.
From a design standpoint or technical on that, is you can curb your in and out and not just paint and sign. So not damage to cars, but hey, here's the lane type of, they're often called pork chops or entrance islands type of.
Annoying concrete.
You have to design for, because it's oftentimes if a driver wants to break a rule, they can.
Oh,
So
sure.
that's, so if you annoy them and make them go around,
I can
then
do that in
they
my truck,
accomplish.
not my Camaro.
I wouldn't recommend the Camaro, no, but there are options other than signing and painting that would make it to accomplish what you're asking for. That is that they go to the entrance and only leave through the
Right.
exit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got one more.
Yeah.
My name's Jennifer Pruitt, and I live at 1312 LaBelia Street. My question is, you're a designer,
Contractor, builder, designer, yep.
and you're a designer? How can you honestly tell us that we are going to get lower gas prices?
I'm not just, sorry, not you.
I mean, we're 30 cents higher than Monticello, Peru, Kokomo. I mean, to a lot of people, that's a big difference. And not only that, I have been personally witness 3 accidents at that corner within 48 hours. So, to me, that is, it's a bad decision because I also work at Advanced Auto Parts, and you're supposed to have a one-way out there. Well, unfortunately, or it's actually a one-way in. Everybody goes out. So you can't force somebody to go into the direction you want them to. It's just not going to happen. The bungalow, I've also ran the bungalow. It is a home bar. These two have done amazing things, and we would like to see that continue.
It's been a home bar since Zora built him.
Yes,
A
yes.
long time ago when it was.
It's across the street. I've heard rumors, yes. So, and it's not, I mean,
I know.
they employ a lot of people. You guys are gonna employ 2 people per shift, or like per.
Thank you.
So, I mean, you have more employees at the bungalow than you're gonna have at this gas station. And I'm sorry to say.
If I have to confess, I supported Sora on the other side of the street many, many years ago.
That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Can I go one more time?
Yeah.
I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
As a general contractor, I'm second generation. My dad's been building gas stations since 1986, so it's not just a contractor. We're in the industry. We understand how it works. Has anyone here been to Daleville, Indiana, recently off I-69?
I have.
What did Wawa's and Quick Trip do to the gas prices in Daleville? The prices went down 30 cents overnight.
I'm sorry, but we can't talk to the people out there. You can state what you want to state.
Well, my point was, there's 2 truck stops and 2 gas stations already there. They built 2 brand new, 1 truck stop and Wawa's, and the price of the intersection went down 30 cents overnight, and it's been that way since they opened.
Well, we just built one over McClure not too long ago, and that price has not went down.
Thank you.
Kelly McClure, and they're out in the open. They didn't have a lot of competition on Logansport. The main, there's competition, prices go down.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have any written correspondence on file for the cases? So,
Yes.
please read.
To the Cass County Board of Zoning Appeals from the Logansport community residents. Subject, opposition to proposed gas station at 1205 East Market Street, 2400 East Market Street, 2416 East Market Street, and 2420 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana. Case number 25-29 and related petitions. Dear members of the board, we, the residents of Logansport, respectfully express our opposition to proposed development of additional gas stations at 1205, 2400, 2416, and 2420 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana. While we appreciate efforts to bring new business into our community, We strongly believe that approving these gas station developments would not serve the best interests of public safety or neighborhood welfare. There are already numerous gas stations operating within close proximity in Logansport. Adding more will only increase traffic congestion, especially near the intersections along East Market Street, which already experience heavy traffic and frequent delays. These locations are near major cross sections with traffic lights and turning lanes, creating higher risk of collisions and posing dangers to both drivers and pedestrians. From a community standpoint, there is no clear need for additional gas stations in this area. Instead, Logansport would benefit more from diverse businesses that provide new services or amenities rather than duplicating existing ones. For these reasons, we respectfully urge the board to deny the petitions requesting variances and special exceptions for these proposed gas station developments. Thank you for your consideration and for your continued service to our community. Sincerely, Logansport Community Residents, Logansport, Indiana, 46947.
Do we have any more questions or comments? Do we have any more questions or comments from the board right now? Okay, does the board have conditions of approval and commitments to attach to the motion which serves review?
Yes, conditions of approval, that all proposals of the petitioner be made conditions of approval, that all other standards of the ordinance be met, that all applicable state and local permits be obtained and proof be given to the zoning administrator. Commitments of approval, that the drive on and off of East Market Street be designed for right turns only to help with traffic flow. And then it says right turn in off of East Market Street and right turn out onto East Market Street. That the drive onto 24th Street will be right turn out only, that the drives be designed for this, not just using signs and markers. That a 6-foot privacy fence be located along the alley and surrounding the homes to the west. The fence should align with the front of the homes but be placed on the petitioner's property. That there be landscaping similar to Burger King, as those were the requirement put on for being in the NB district, and that a landscaping plan be provided for staff approval. That if lighting becomes an issue, the petitioner will work with the planning department to resolve. That the lighting be turned off when on an operation each night. That sidewalks be installed along East Market Street and 24th Street and be a minimum of 5 feet wide and place where drives are not located.
Thank you. Do you as a petitioner agree to abide by the conditions should we approve your petition today?
I do.
Thank you. Okay, is there, what do you?
There's a gentleman standing.
Quick question, if I may?
Yeah.
Hi, Kevin McCarthy, 15 Frederick Street. So are you saying that only westbound traffic can enter and exit the gas station?
Only westbound traffic would be able to turn in, and then they'd have to go west if they came out onto Market Street.
Okay, what's going to stop the debacle people that are eastbound passing the gas station and then doing illegal U-turns and God knows what? How do you, because that's bound to happen. People are gonna want to go to that gas station, they're gonna be eastbound, and they're gonna do something stupid and come about to enter it.
Gas 30 cents cheaper.
But yeah, that'll motivate it, right? So, yeah, I think you're creating a problem literally down the road. So that's it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Is there a motion to bring case 2527 to a vote? Do I hear a second? Discussion is closed. The board will take a few minutes to consider the facts of the findings. we will be voting on both the variances too.
Real quick, guys, that letter that was written, like read in, there's signatures, I don't know if you said that. There's, I think whoever brought it in said there's probably like 100 and some signatures on all of those. Just to let you guys know.
Will the secretary please take your roll call on the vote?
Steph Helton,
No.
Tom Nelson,
No.
Jeff Key.
No.
Sandy Buttermans, no.
The case number 2527 has not been approved. It's been denied. The zoning administrator will send you a letter with the results of the hearing. Any decision of the board can be appealed by the petitioner or any arrested party to the circuit court if filed within 30 days of today's date, sir.
Very much. Thank you for your time, we appreciate it. Thank you, gentlemen.
We're going to try to move on while these people were out for. Okay. The next case we're going to hear is case number 2528. Will the secretary please read the petition?
Yes. Case 25-28, the petition of, Kumar Patel requesting a special exception and various variances from developmental standards for 3-unit plaza, which includes a gas station convenience store. The property is located at 1205 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana, 46947, and is zoned NB Neighborhood Business District.
Thank you, Mimi. Plaintiff staff have a report, please.
Yes, they're asking for special exception for the 3-unit plaza, and it'll have a gas station convenience store with it. The 2 outside units will have drive-through windows, so the east and the west units. The gas station convenience store will have 4 gas pumps in front with a canopy, and the other 2 units plan to be leased out for retail or restaurant or some sort of business. So in the comprehensive plan, the neighborhood commercial includes small shopping centers or clusters of street front stores that serve the immediate neighborhood. Typical uses include supermarkets, bakeries, drugstores, variety stores, barbershops, restaurants, self-service laundries, dry cleaners, and hardware stores. So that's from the comprehensive plan. And they are actual neighborhood commercial. So for lighting, they're proposing all LED lighting, plan to have security lighting on all of the time, but will turn off canopy when not operating. Same as the last one. General requirements, the use of LED fixtures is encouraged, the minimum setback. They can be in the front yard, side yard, and rear yard, providing they light fixtures located adjacent to the interior edge of such yard. Mounting of fixtures, full cutoff, semi-cutoff, outdoor lighting. Fixtures shall be mounted parallel to the ground and utilize a rigid arm mounting with no built-in uplift. The height of the fixtures would all have to be with those within the same area, the uniform size, design, and height. Wall-packed outdoor light fixtures shall be subject to the following regulations. For in commercial and business or industrial districts, the wall-packed outdoor light fixtures oriented toward or a residential district or use shall be a full cut-off. And then, so any of those, if they were to use wall-pack lighting fixtures to the east and the south sides of the building, they would have to be full cut-off since there is residential right there. Vehicular canopy light fixtures, the outdoor lights located under a canopy would have to be full cutoff with a maximum intensity of 400 watts. The glare on public right of way, flag and statue lights, architectural lights, floodlights, or sign lights shall be directed and shield that the lit element is not visible from any point along any adjacent right of way. A lighting plan will have to be provided. So, before an improvement location permit will be permitted or approved, they would have to provide that lighting plan. We also recommend that if lighting becomes an issue, the petitioner will work with the staff to resolve that issue. And then we also, I don't think I put it on here, but the same as the last one where they would shut off all the lighting, the canopy lighting when not in operation. For signage, they do not know the exact size of the sign, but they're proposing a pole sign located at the corner of East Market and 12th Street. And they are proposing that the sign will be no larger than 150 square feet total for all three stores or units in there. So for the standards, a wall sign, they can have one wall sign. It's 2 square foot per linear foot, but tenant's building frontage, a maximum of 90 square feet. So there's 3 different units. So the first unit would be the one to the west, is 60 foot of frontage, which would allow the 90 square feet for a wall sign. The second unit would be the middle, it's 25 foot frontage, which allows 50 square footage. And then the unit 3 to the east is 25 foot frontage, which would also allow the 50 square feet. And then for pole signage, they're allowed 1 sign, and then the maximum area is 50 square feet per acre of lot. I'm gonna skip that part. So multi-tenant structures is 25 square feet per tenant with a maximum of 50 square feet overall. No more than 50% of the sign may be changeable copy. So there are 3 units at 25 square foot per unit, which would be 75 square feet, but the maximum allowed is 50. And they are proposing a sign that's no larger than 150 square feet. They would need a 100 square foot variance. They propose to meet the standard of no taller than 20 feet. And then you may want to ask the setback for the sign, and it would have to be from both streets, the 12th and East Market Street. Hours of operation are unknown. Hold on. I lied. Hours of operation are Monday to Saturday, 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
I'm sorry, give me what were they again, Monday through
Monday to Saturday, 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., and then Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. All right, for access and parking, there will be 2 accesses off of East Market and 2 off of 12th Street. They propose approximately 42 parking spaces on the site. There will be a drive-through on the east and the west sides of the building. So for this, they are classification E for the retail, which is 4 spaces per 1,000 square feet of gross floor area. A classification M, which is 2 spaces per service stall or airplane parking space plus 1 per employee for the gas station. And then also a classification B1, which is for the drive-through. It's parking as required for the primary use of the property, but they need stacking area for 3 vehicles for each window, stall, bay, or station, and the stacking area per vehicle shall measure not less than 20 feet. So the convenience store building is 2,700 square feet, which 3 spaces is required. If they have 4 employees, 4 spaces would be required for that, so they would be required. These 7 spaces for the gas station / convenience store. If the other 2 units were retail, an additional 2 spaces per unit would be required. And then if the other 2 units were restaurants, additional parking would be required based on the number of customer seats and employees. So that's kind of hard. Because a restaurant is a classification L, which is 1 space per 4 seats, 4 customer seats, plus 1 per employee. But the drive-through to the east is a concern for vehicle turnaround. There's no outlet to the south, so the vehicles will have to turn around at the rear of the building. I did talk to them, and they said that they would like to purchase that house right there, that's on that part of the block. And
Right there on the alley of the house.
yeah. And then, where they would be able to have that drive-through in the future. But for now, they thought about it being just used as like a walk-up window.
But that would be up to the homeowner to say, yeah, I'll let you, yeah, I've done it, so.
Right, so privacy fence to the south and the east is proposed. They are classification M, level 5, to the east and the south. So they would need a variance for the actual plantings, because they would be okay with the fence, but just not the plantings. We also recommend that the privacy fence be located along the alleys and surrounding the home to the south, that the fence should be aligned with the front of the homes, but be placed on the petitioner's property. So with the alleys, there's an alley to the east and the one, people don't use it, but there's, I feel like there's another one, maybe. But to that east and the one in the back, which would be in the south, to put a fence on both of those. And then they would align with the front of the houses to help block lighting for traffic. The number of employees, this is just for the gas station / convenience store, would be 4 employees. And then they also need a variance for setbacks. The petitioner is proposing to have a 10-foot rear setback of the building. The standard is front yard 25 feet, they meet that. Side yard is 15, they meet that. The rear yard is 20 feet, the standard. They're proposing the 10, so they would need a 10-foot rear yard setback. And that would be to that house that's on that same side of the block.
Thank you, Jamie. Will the petitioner or representative please advance in the microphone, state your name and address for the record?
Before they get up there, can I also add one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
The drives off of 12th Street, because they would be using that for the drive-through, I feel like they should almost be one way for the drive-through. If you look at the picture, if people are turning in off of 12th Street on that south driveway, people are going to be coming out and they're driving on the opposite sides of, of the road. But that's just another suggestion. Sorry.
Yeah, my name is Ketan Kumar Patel, 1106 Spring Hill Drive, Kokomo.
My name is Sunny Patel, 1106 Spring Hill Drive, Kokomo.
Okay, you heard the detailed report from the planning staff. Do you have anything that you want to add to the report? Any comments?
No, pretty much it was all covered.
Sorry, what?
He said it was all covered.
Okay.
parking wise, in the back, you can see in the plan, we have the spaces like next to the house, behind the building. That's gonna be for like all employees, for all units, so the whole front is available for customer use. So like basically back here, behind the building, that would be all employee use, and then everything else is available for customer use.
That looks to be about 55 feet from where the fence would go to the trash. Jamie, what's the width of the parking place need to be?
9 feet by 18 feet.
So you might get eight spaces in there.
So
No,
like 6.
Sorry, 6.
And if we need more than over here, we could add several more, because that'd be available to just be empty space right now.
Any other questions from the board? All right, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask any questions, add any info, or give any evidence in the case? State your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Steve Titus, II. I live at 1219 East Market Street, and I also own 1229 East Market Street. So, so there's only 2 houses in the front on 12th Street, mine and my neighbor's, which is sitting right there.
Okay.
So, and I have 12 grandkids, so it's a big question to me is, people going up and down that alley is already doing 20 mile an hour.
Are you the one in the blue house or you the one?
I'm in the greenhouse and she's the one in the blue house.
Okay. Go ahead.
So with that said, now you have the bike lane. So you got people coming down. Every day the city police has got somebody pulled over in front. So it's very busy. They just fly down that hill. Well, the gas station, they're not even gonna see it when they're going through there. And the intersection, the way it is, from Hardee's and the dollar store, if they're going in and out, no matter what, we're gonna have even more accidents. But like I said, I have 12 grandkids. If I had my garage doors open, they're playing, they're going up and down. No matter what, you're still gonna have more traffic. And like we said, we don't need another gas station. We got 18th Street and the corner lot, which is my 1229, it used to be a gas station. It went under. Mike's Auto Sales right now, it went under. So I mean, the little guys are going under, but we don't need another gas station. The prices are high, what have you, and I understand people's trying to, expand or what have you, but it's the wrong community. And myself, that should be housing. Need more housing. The community needs more housing. Convenience store, you got the dollar store right across the street. It's not, they're gonna go there before they go to the gas station. Gas station prices are always gonna be higher.
Housing is a good point.
So, I mean, you have too many homeless people here now, and it's sad. I understand it's an empty lot, but housing needs to go up.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, would you like to?
I was just saying that's where my house is.
Paul, did you want to testify too? Come on up, Paul. Name and address, please, Paul.
Paul Wilhelm, 630 South 15th Street. You're being asked to approve a lot of ifs. We do know there's going to be a gas station convenience store. We do know there's going to be 2 drive-throughs. It's going to be impossible to gauge the traffic based on the possibility of 2 different drive-throughs servicing restaurant potentiality. The other issue you primarily have is one of safety. Ingress and egress out of the site. You have traffic coming down Market Street, admittedly at a high rate of speed. We tried to cross 13th, a block further down. We had to wait there for 5 minutes for traffic to finally clear, and then it was kind of a take your life in your own hands. But with the building on the corner, the north west corner is a old commercial building that goes all the way to the street. You have cars parked on that side of Market as well. So those cars, if they're going south on 12th Street, they have to pull almost entirely out into the street to be able to make that cut. And people are coming straight down the hill and accelerating because there's no traffic light till you get to 24th Street. So ingress and egress out of this is going to be a nightmare because you're going to have cars coming down the hill, you're going to have cars trying to exit onto Market Street, and they're not going to be able to slow down that quickly. I would think at a bare minimum you need a traffic study submitted to be able to quantitatively analyze if this even makes sense. But the fact that there's no concrete usage here, other than we know there's going to be 2 more retail, we don't know what it is, we don't know how many staff we're going to have. 40 spaces might be enough, but you might need 70 or 80. And overall, this whole plan is an over-intensification of use in a predominantly residential neighborhood. And also the hours of operation going to 10 and 11 and 10 p.m. The Hardee's, which is arguably not terribly used, closes at 9 o'clock. So you're going to have an extra hour of time. And we're going to essentially be competing with the dollar store in terms of food, Pepsi, that sort of thing. You already have a site there that's already serving that purpose. So to me, this serves no useful purpose to the community, and I see that it only causes more disruption to the community and the people that are already there, and therefore I would recommend that you not approve it.
Thank you, Paul. Anybody else want to give information? We'll still need your name and address for the record, so.
Kevin McCarthy, 15 Frederick Street. Yeah, the bottom of that hill. So you're climbing up, and then you're peaking pretty much right before right as you pass the Christian bookstore, right there around the YMCA, and then so you're going up, and you've got a blind spot over that ridge. And if you cause a lot of slow backing, I think you're creating a scenario for accidents. I commend these gentlemen. I love to see entrepreneurs, but with everything that we know just instinctively from living here, I think you'd be doing them a favor by telling them no. I don't see it, and it's also there's just so many ifs, as Paul was saying.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm Mercedes Brew, 1315 East Market Street, so I'm in the neighborhood. And our neighborhood, seems to be, businesses they like to chip away at our neighborhood, and with the zoning that there is there, and I know that's the way it is, but don't make it even, don't make it deteriorate, decrease our neighborhood any more than it already is. So I ask you to vote against this.
I thank you. Anybody else who would like to speak? Come on up, man.
I'm Joyce Todd. I live at 1217 East Market Street in that blue house right on the empty lot. I've seen a lot of accidents right there at the corner. I've seen a guy go down the hill and the police were doing that thing to the back of their car trying to get him to stop, and he decapitated his head right there in front of my house. And then there's other accidents right in front of Hardee's I've noticed and everything. It's just not a good place to put a gas station there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jim?
We have a stopwatch on you, Jim. 3 minutes.
Fair play. My name is Jim Brew. I live at 1315 East Market Street with my beautiful wife. of 50 years. And my family has lived in that neighborhood even before we started owning our house there for at least 85 years or so. And the traffic is, as described by people, heavy traffic. Actually, 12th Street coming across is categorized as an artery when you study the streets of Logansport. The earlier petition signed by many people, you recall, specifically said 12th Street, they were also against this gas station. And 12th Street, the lady who owns that yellow house on the alley, I talked to her yesterday, and her name is Doris Regan, R-E-G-A-N. She's against that gas station that's being proposed. And she's the owner of that other house on that corner. And I know she ain't here, and she's really old. Dude, here we go. So, you know, I'm a lawyer, and I take a legal approach to these things, and I love the law. And the first thing to notice under the law about special exceptions is found on page 11, mostly also on page 10 of section 7 of your local zoning ordinance. And it's important in the law that's been interpreting this statute, including our local one, is the burden of proving to you that this special exception should be granted is upon the applicant. I mean, the applicant who walks up there and says, "Oh, I like what your local people did," that's not carrying a burden. Okay, here's my checklist for why the answer is no to this application. Your local ordinance says a special exception shall be approved if and only if it is found to meet the following criteria. I know you've got checklists there, and in your local ordinance there are 6 categories of criteria. But I'll just summarize them briefly, and they go like this. If you're looking at whether a noxious or dangerous condition is being created, yeah. Gas stations sell gasoline, and it's noxious, and it's also dangerous. Then you think about housing. Where we live, when it was an old school there, that was perfect. Surrounded by houses. You know, there's always the J&J market and other small businesses, but really it's residential overall. What we need is more housing. Your second category under your local statute is, well, does this exception impair the health, safety, and comfort? Well, heck yeah. It's we don't like things like that.
Jim, you gotta hurry it up. We only gave 2 minutes here over your time.
Over 3?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But we get what you're saying.
All right, I'll wrap it up pronto. You look at property values. You look at the traffic, and the point is that this local law is written, this is my last sentence, is written grammatically in what's called conjunctive. It means gas station guys have to prove each and every, and. Okay? It's not disjunctive, or it's not selective. It's a pleasure to be in your presence.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. There's only 4 minutes.
All right, next person is 30 seconds. Is there anybody else who wants to give testimony? Right. Is there any written correspondence on file for the case?
Yes. So this is the same letter from before, but I will read it to be part of the minutes. To Cass County Board of Zoning Appeals from Logansport Community Residents. Subject, opposition to proposed gas stations at 1205 East Market Street, 2400 East Market Street, 2416 East Market Street, and 2420 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana, case number 25-29, and related petitions. Dear members of the board, we, the residents of Logansport, respectfully express our opposition to the proposed development of additional gas stations at 1205, 2400, 2416, and 2420 East Market Street, Logansport, Indiana. While we appreciate efforts to bring new business into our community, we strongly believe that approving these gas station developments would not serve the best interests of public safety or neighborhood welfare. There are already numerous gas stations operating within close proximity in Logansport. Adding more will only increase traffic congestion, especially near the intersections along East Market Street, which already experience heavy traffic and frequent delays. These locations are near major cross sections with traffic lights and turning lanes, creating higher risk of collisions and posing dangers to both drivers and pedestrians. From a community standpoint, there is no clear need for additional gas stations in this area. Instead, Logansport will benefit more from diverse businesses that will provide new services or amenities rather than duplicating existing ones. For these reasons, we respectfully urge the board to deny the petitions requesting variances and special exceptions for these proposed gas station developments. Thank you for your consideration and for your continued service to our community. Sincerely, Logansport Community Residents, Logansport, Indiana, 46947. And as I mentioned, there's numerous signatures.
Do you people wish to make a recap or any comments?
No, we're not just doing only gas station, we're doing another food franchise business with that.
Thank you.
And
Does the board have any, I'm sorry for taking.
yeah, also I heard the people concerned about the traffic. So there is any business come there, they will bring the traffic. Otherwise, why people invest $3 million if customer not come their lot?
So like the hill, that's not something that can be changed. That's always gonna be there. So like any business that comes, even if it wasn't a gas station and just the 3 units, those 3 businesses, they bring traffic, and it'd be the same thing.
And this particular location, I will get traffic only from Market Street because market is one way. No one other come from that way. So who pass from Market Street, that's only stop my location. And who come from 12th Street.
Thank you. Do we have conditions of approval, commitments to attach motion?
Okay, conditions of approval, that all proposals of the petitioner be met conditions of approval, that all other standards of the ordinance be met, that all applicable state and local permits be obtained and proof be given to the zoning administrator. Commitments of approval, that lighting be turned off when not in operation each night. That if lighting becomes an issue, the petitioner will work with planning staff to resolve. That a 6-foot privacy fence be located along the alleys and surrounding the home to the south. The fence should be aligned with the front of the homes but be placed on the petitioner's property. Drives off of 12th Street be one-way only. North Drive be in to lot and South Drive be out only.
Do you guys agree to that one? For that drive-through to the west? Cause that one's up to you guys.
I'm still trying to process where the drive-through is going to be in terms of.
Yeah,
There's a picture down here.
So, but it's, okay, this is 12th.
This is Market
Street. So we have one way coming in, is it this way coming in? And then
Well,
this
in an
way?
ideal world, they
Yes.
come in off of 12th Street, they come in off of
But
12th.
here's, yeah, they have this.
That's why I'm trying to.
So, sorry, so basically, Billy, yeah, the in from here, and then it's here, and then the, what's it called, outgress, egress? Like the out would be from here, to where they can get back on,
Yeah,
where they want to go.
because if they were to come in here, they're pulling right here with cars going off the wrong side at the drive-through.
Correct.
So it would be one way right next to it. That's up to you guys.
Does the petitioner agree to abide by the conditions should we approve the petition today?
Yes.
Is there a motion to grant LBZA case 2528 to a vote.
My motion.
Do I hear a second?
Point of order, where's the lighting schematic required?
Already closed. It's closed. There's no more discussion. The board will take a few minutes to consider the effects. Now we're going to be voting on this development and
The use variance and
I'm sorry, yeah.
the development for standards.
Will the secretary please take a roll call vote?
Yes. Tom Nelson,
No.
Jeff Key,
No.
Maybe Reynolds, no. Steph Hilton.
No.
The case number 2528 has been denied.
Okay.
The zoning administrator will send you a letter with the results of the hearing. As any decision of the board, you can appeal it to, you guys as petitioner can appeal it to any interested party to the circuit court if filed within 30 days of today's date.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, the last case. The last case is going to be case number 2529. Will the secretary please read the petition?
Sorry.
You're fine.
Case number 25-29, the petition of Erica Gutierrez requesting a use variance and various variances from developmental standards to allow a fourth dwelling unit to be added to the property and have lesser parking than required. The property is located at 118 7th Street, Lewisport, Indiana 46947, and is zoned PR Professional Residential.
So this one, the petitioner owns a triplex that is grandfathered in since it was built as a triplex before it was zoned as PR, professional residential. The garage has been turned into another apartment. The multifamily is not permitted in the PR district, so that is why the petitioner is requesting this special exception. So from the comprehensive plan, traditional neighborhood districts are neighborhoods that are primarily residential in character but with existing commercial uses interspersed that are focused on serving that neighborhood. Single-family character houses dominate, but housing may also contain a mix of second unit, cottage clusters, duplexes, triplexes, and then small apartment buildings. Multifamily residential is also included within the traditional neighborhood and contains duplex, multifamily dwelling units, standalone apartment buildings, mobile homes. The permitted number of housing units will vary by area depending on existing land use and proximity to major streets and public transit, and then the distance from shopping and environmental issues. So for lighting, there's no additional lighting proposed since it's residential. No signage is proposed, just house numbers allowed. They can't exceed 2 square feet. Hours of operations, none since it's dwelling. But for parking, there's parking to the north of the house in front of the garage. which is what the apartment is now. And then there's a lot behind the garage that can be used for parking. The lot in the back could possibly fit 4 parking spaces, and the area to the north of the house could possibly hold 5 parking spaces, which totals 9 spaces available. They are classification G, which is 1.5 off-street parking spaces per dwelling unit plus 1 space for every 4 units. So they have to have the 6 spaces and then the 1 for every 4. So they have to have 7, which they meet that requirement. No additional buffer yard is proposed. That is all I have. Actually, no, I lied. Okay. Minimum lot area per family is 2,000 square feet. So they're required for the 4 to have 8,000 square feet. And the property is, with the house, is 6,889 square feet. And then the lot in the back where they could use for parking, it is attached, they're all adjacent, is 1,763 square feet. So it's a total of 8,652 square feet. Just enough lot area to meet the standard, just to give you an idea.
Question?
Will the petitioner or representative please advance to the microphone, state your name and address, and we give you kudos for waiting so long. I'm sorry to be the last case, but thank you for that.
And if you guys look on your picture, this part right here in front, this is where the additional apartment is, in that garage. And then they would have parking right there next to the house, and then that lot behind is also parking.
Erica Gutierrez, 2202 North Street. Supporting the Indiana 46 Metro 7.
Thank you. Do you have anything else that you want to add to the report?
No?
Now, Mr. Wilson, you have a question?
I do have a question. When you purchased it, was it for?
Yes, it was, there was something, so my husband remodeled the whole building, including the garage. So there was something going on in the garage already.
We found it because somebody asked if it needed an address, and that's why we chose it. So.
Thank you. Any other questions from the board?
Just a comment that I'm recusing myself from voting.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to ask any questions, add any information, or give any evidence in the case? If so, please advance to the microphone, Mr. Moore. State your name and address for the record.
I just want to give a brief, just kind of clear up the history of that. I delivered that area for about 10 years, and it was 3 apartments and an apartment garage at that time. You know, and so I don't see where there would be any concerns. It was that way for years.
Anybody else that would like to make any comments, or ask any questions, or give any evidence in the case? Is there any written correspondence on file for the case?
There is none.
Jeff, I do have one question, just for clarification. So there are currently 3 apartments in the main house, and there's 1 in the garage area, so to speak.
Correct.
And so basically, we're approving the 4 residences.
If it were just 3, it was built as 3 in that house, as far back as we could find, whatever. And that would be grandfathered in because it probably was not professional residential and allowed whatever it was built. And so since it's been changed to have 4 units on the property, that's where we're bringing it. So
That's why we have 2.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
the single family and 2 family dwellings are allowed in the R district, not 3 or more. So.
Any other questions? Does the board have conditions of approval and commitments, attached to the motion? If so, please read.
Yes, conditions of approval, that all proposals of the petitioner be made conditions of approval, that all other standards of ordinance be met, that all applicable state and local permits be obtained and proof be given to the zoning administrator.
Thank you, ma'am. Does you as a petitioner agree to abide by these conditions should we approve the petition today?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Is there a motion to bring BZA case 2529 to the vote?
I'll motion.
Do I hear a second?
Yes, for both variances, yes.
This discussion is closed. The board will take a few minutes to consider, the findings of the fact. I don't know if I said, but we're voting on both the variances. I may have said it. Okay, will the secretary please take a roll call vote?
Jeff Key?
Yes.
Seth Helton?
Yes.
And Tom Nelson?
Yes.
Okay, your case number 2529 has been granted. You'll get a letter from the zoning administrator. Any decision of the board can be appealed by the petitioner or any interested party to the circuit court if filed within 30 days of today's date. Good luck. Now, do we have any old business to talk about? Do we have any new business to talk about? Do we have anything to talk about?
Motion
Can I-
to adjourn.
Can I get a motion to?
Motion to adjourn.
I second. Talking second.
Did you open it to the public?
Pardon me?
Did you open it to the public?
Oh,
Any other public comments?
any other public comments?
Hearing none.
All right.
All in favor of adjourning, signify by saying aye.